Alright, I want to get up here and basically say I want to come up here and deliver a message, man. I just want to go live. I seen one of the Supremes, one of the Empresses on going live, and I was listening to Divinely Guided Starseed. He went live, and I just want to get up here and go live. Just to deliver a message, because I feel like this can help somebody. I don't really pay attention to views or likes or comments. So if you do support, you support. I appreciate it. But I want to get up here and say a little message, man. And I feel like this can help. I'm going to try to deliver this the best way I know how. Growing up, and it's like a testimony, really. Growing up as a kid, I was like, I would say, I was really like the weirdo. So like, I really didn't have a lot of friends growing up. Like, I was like, in second grade, I was bad as hell. Like, I failed second grade, and, failing second grade, I used to torture my teacher. Like, I would terrorize her. But I guess it just because I didn't feel like I belonged there. I didn't feel like I was being challenged. And that's what school in general, like, I never felt like it was challenging me. I never felt like it was grasping my soul. I never felt like, it was something that I needed to do. But when I felt second grade, coming home and getting a whooping made me get my act together and made me want to never feel again as far as when it came to academics. But in school, I never really had a lot of friends. I was always by myself. I remember being in the neighborhood and, riding. I used to ride my bike around the hood and always be by myself up until like 6th grade when I moved out solo. And, up until that point, I was really a loner in life. And when I moved out solo, I ended up, meeting in middle school. I ended up meeting Bob, meeting Quan, and, we was like the Three Stooges in 6th grade, being on the Cougars hallway, and just, meeting them. We was like best friends. I remember being in Miss Spence class and being in Miss Howard class, and and that's when I really started making a lot of friends. I started, not even really friends, but I started, being more known and being, more outside. I mean, I was always outside, but like really having a lot of people around me. And up from 6th to 7th grade to 8th grade, it stayed like that. Like, I had a lot of friends. But then when I got in trouble, I ended up getting into altercation and getting in trouble with the laws, and I ended up getting on probation for like 6 months. So I was like pretty much back isolated. So I ended up getting back into my old ways, who I naturally am, which I'm not an introvert, but I'm like an ambivert. So like, I can be social, I can be in the midst, but most of the time I'm always gonna choose to be by myself. So 9th grade, going to Deep Creek, and being in school, I never really had a lot of friends. Being around Jorge and Key, and we used to hang together. But at most of the time, I was still by myself. I never really had that person that was around me all the time. I never really had that sibling. I never really had that parent, that person that really knows me for me, that really been around me through the ups and the downs. I had people that was, in my circle, but I was always by myself. So I don't really feel like anybody can really truly feel like say they know me. So growing up, going to 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, and being so under the radar, and, just being me. I get to my senior year in high school. I go to the islands, and I'm still like isolated. I'm still by myself. I really don't spend a lot of time with people. I have 3 friends with Brandon and what's the buddy name? I forgot his name, but yeah, we used to be together sometimes outside. Then the people that I feel like can say they've been around me was anybody that I really dated, as far as Jay or my ex. Like, we used to be around each other. When I dated somebody, I was around that person every day. But other than that, I was always by myself. And like, I was always considered, I guess, the weirdo. I was always considered that person that was, not like everybody else. And I guess in 6th to 8th grade, I used to try to be like everybody else, like fighting, getting in in trouble and, doing things that, I thought was cool. And I realized that when I got in trouble and I started doing things that I really wanted to do, like when I started hooping, I started making music and doing things and focusing on school, doing things that I really wanted to do, it really separated me from everybody else because everybody else is not doing what I want to do. And then I really noticed that I had like this pull on me between two sides of wanting to be around everybody else and do what was cool and just wanting to be me. And every time that I would try to be around everybody else and be cool, it just would get me out my element. It would get me, hurt. It would get me backstabbed. It would get me doing things that I normally wouldn't do and put me in positions that I normally wouldn't be in. But if I would have just stuck to being who I was, then I would have been, I wouldn't have been accepted, but I still would have been me. And I went through this struggle throughout life for so long of, wanting to be cool, wanting to be accepted, wanting to be around everybody, but while still wanting to be me, wanting to be who I am, wanting to accept myself, wanting to love myself for so long, man, so long. It was a battle, it was a struggle of, my ego and, my pride and being and fighting, the heart and the mind and the soul. And it was tough, like for so long, man. Like, but when I went into the military, it was not as tough because here I am in the Air Force. I'm really from the hood. I'm really done been in shootouts. I really done been in robberies. I really done been, in real situations in life. I really done, been evicted. I really done been in the struggle. I really done had nothing, not a dollar to my name. Never had, not really done broke down the side of the road because I didn't have gas in my car and didn't have money to put gas in my car. Here I am in the Air Force with the opportunity of a lifetime that a lot of people I come from don't really get, never been to where I've been, never seen the things that I've seen. And it really, once I got to the Air Force, it was easy. And being in Hawaii, it was easy as well because I'm coming from Virginia, being on the island, and seeing things that I never really seen before. Where the water is clear. And then when I met Jasia, it was like she changed my whole perspective on life. She was always talking about like honor the land, how we need to love the land, how we need to take care of the land, how we need to be one with the land, and she really changed my perspective, and then changed my perspective on girls. Like when I broke her heart, it was like you really get to see what's important in life. Like you trying to be cool, but in reality, shit be so trash. The shit we be hurting the people that really deserve to be around us, that really need to be in our life. We be hurting them for motherfuckers that really don't care about us, that really don't would rather see us dead or in jail, really want to take everything for us. And when I lost her, it really changed my perspective on how I wanted to treat women. So going into the Air Force, like being a loner, it was like peace, supreme peace. So being in the Air Force, it was really it really changed my I wanted to be better. I wanted to just focus on what I wanted to focus on. And then going ahead and getting married, it was like, I still had that battle, that struggle of wanting to be this, wanting to be this, be with somebody and still have a family while, living a double life, not standing on what I believe was right, not standing on what I believe, what my vision was, not standing on what I believe to be true, and having that battle and that battle in between self, which is so difficult. And going through that whole situation, you really get to see how much of a struggle it is to fight within self. And I seen in New Mexico, I began to really get outside and be with the land, and I always stood to myself. Like I never partied, I never drunk, I never was outside or trying to be cool. Yeah, I drove fast whips, or I never cared about going to buy Jordans. I never really cared about being seen or being cool. I just was being me, and I know everybody around me was like, "No, that nigga's a weirdo. Like that nigga don't really, mess with anybody else. He always just stick to himself." But I was just being me. I was doing the things I would love to do. I was going to the gym and coming home and being in my routine, believing what I wanted to do. So it was like, after going through that whole situation, and you really get to see things from a different perspective, and I really didn't begin to accept myself for who I am until more recently, when I hit rock bottom, and I went into I started doing this fiber thing. Well, first, so when I went to do this fiber thing, I had went out of town, and I was in New Bern, and basically it was like a 1,700-foot drop, but it was like in the wilderness. You got lakes, you got dragonfly, you got lakes and trees all around you, and it was like all I'm seeing is butterflies and dragonflies flying around me, and they like, in my aura, and like the energy is just different. It's a different vibe. It's a different feeling. It's a different momentum. And, going through that whole experience, I get to this point, and it's like the whole time I'm going through that, I'm seeing the same thing, like, seeing like deers and frogs, and but rabbits, on a daily. Like, even when I was driving trucks, like, I see rabbits, just running around, in North Carolina. And leading up to this point that I want to discuss, and it really changed my perspective on who I was, and made me hold myself, to a higher standard, as far as believing in myself, and really being able to say, like, I'm the shit. Like, can't nobody fuck with me, can't nobody replace me, can't nobody be who I am, because I'm a one-on-one. I'm me. And I don't gotta be nobody else. I don't gotta act cool. I don't gotta do shit that everybody else doing to fit in, because I'm not born to fit in. I'm born to stand out. I'm not born to follow the wave. I'm born to make the wave. I'm not born to follow the trend. I'm born to make the trend. I'm not born to fit in. I'm not born to be like everybody else. I'm born to be me. And it was basically, it was like a 4 or 5 foot drop, 4 or 5 foot pole, 4 or 5 pole drop, and it's a hard job, like, 'cause it's a tree. I get to this point where I'm right across the street from my customer's house, but it's a tree right there, and it's hard to get my ladder on the tree. It's hard to get my ladder to the pole because the tree is blocking it. So I'm in there. I end up getting my ladder there, and it's this squirrel, and the squirrel had his nest on the pole, and the whole time I'm fighting with this tree, trying to get my fiber through the tree, trying to do what I need to do, and it's hard. And when I finally got it done, man, I took my ladder off, bro, and put my ladder across the street, and the squirrel just started crying. Like, you could just hear, like, it's just crying, and it's just squealing, and I'm like, damn. Like, that squirrel was really enjoying my energy. It was enjoying my vibe. It was enjoying me just being in its presence. It was enjoying my essence. It was enjoying who I truly am. And that moment changed my perspective on how I feel about myself, because we live in a world where it's like, we'll be around people that really don't genuinely fuck with us. We'll be around people that genuinely do not give a fuck about us, just so we can feel accepted, just so we can feel like, oh, I'm a part of something. When in reality, we know in our gut that, man, we don't belong here. We don't belong around these people. We don't belong in this mix. We don't belong in this job. We don't belong in this relationship. We don't belong in this shit. Like, we belong somewhere where we are accepted. We belong with somebody we are loved for just being who we are. We belong in places that bring us peace, that bring us joy, that makes us feel incredible. And hearing that squirrel squeal because I was leaving, it changed my perspective. And I want to send this message out to anybody that is struggling to have confidence within themselves, is struggling to have the utmost respect for themselves, to walk away from things that are no longer serving them, to walk away from things that don't value them, to walk away from things that disrespect them, to walk away from things that tear them down, to walk away from things that don't align with who you are internally. I just want to say, be you. Like, you deserve better. You belong in better places. You know where you belong. You know truly in your soul what you deserve. And I feel like it's time for you to make that decision to go after what you know. Go after what you feel. If you genuinely feel like that, then leave the relationship, leave the job, leave your city, Leave your friend groups. If you feel like it don't align with who you are, then leave. I can't express that enough. I personally had confidence in myself regardless. I never really gave a fuck. I always was being me. I always was gonna, stand on business. But I have felt like I took a step back because I didn't want to step on nobody's toes. I didn't want to. I guess it's kind of with being an air sign too. You so good with being in flow. You so good with dancing in many lanes that you don't have to kind of confront certain shit. But it's like I realized that was getting me underpaid. That was getting me undervalued. That was getting me unappreciated. That was not getting me to where I wanted to be. And now I'm at this point in life when it's like, fuck it. If I step on your toes, get the fuck out of my way. You know what I mean? Because ain't nobody coming in my space. Ain't nobody about to make me feel less than I am. Ain't nobody about to make me feel like I ain't the shit. Like I ain't a boss. Like I ain't a leader. Like I ain't who the fuck I am. Like I ain't who I say I am. I don't give a fuck who feel what. You know what I mean? It don't matter. Of course, yeah. I just want to say you gotta take that mentality moving forward. Like, cause that humble shit, that humility shit, that shit don't get us nowhere. That shit don't get us shit in life. That shit don't get us nothing but second fiddle. I ain't never played second fiddle to shit. I ain't never felt like nobody was better than me, like I was less as nothing. Know what I mean? And I guess it's like this shit. You hear a lot of motherfuckers talk about alphas and betas. Like I don't consider myself none of them shits. I could consider myself a true sigma. Like I don't need nobody energy to make, you know what I'm saying, make me feel like, oh, I'm the shit. I feel like I'm the shit as soon as I wake up in the morning, as soon as I look in the mirror. I feel like I'm the shit if my hair like this, if my shit Chris, if my line up Chris, if my shit not Chris. I'm gonna walk around this bitch like I'm the shit. And that's how you gotta be. Cause motherfuckers gonna try to play you. It ain't about throwing in the motherfuckers' faces, but it's like at this point, you got no choice. You got no choice but to show motherfuckers it's a difference. It's a fine line between, like Kat said, it's a fine line between God's side and the devil's side. Motherfuckers just taking shortcuts and motherfuckers that doing the work. Man, Chris Saint said that shit perfectly, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a quote basically like, you only feel like you're not there because you're not scamming motherfuckers, you're not stealing, you're not cheating motherfuckers. Like you doing this shit the right way, and that shit you gonna get repaid. You gonna get repaid. Wow, peace, supreme, tap in, nigga, link up. Yeah, man. Like I just wanna say, get up there and say like, man, yeah, man, have the utmost confidence. Be who the fuck you is, and fuck what anybody got to say, man. Stand on business. Be great. Fuck if you stepping on motherfuckers' feet. Say you the best. Not necessarily that you better than anybody else, but that you just become the best version of yourself every single day. Every day you wake up, it's like, oh, I'm trying to be the best. I'm trying to be great. I'm not competing with nobody. I think when you competing, that's some weak shit. You know what I'm saying? You walk in this shit and you dominate. Not necessarily dominating anybody else, but you dominate yourself. And that's the hardest struggle to have. And I feel like that's what I was getting at. Where I was fighting between the battle of trying to be cool and trying to be what everybody else wanted to be and just being who the fuck I want to be. Doing what the shit that I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Becoming who I want to be. And that's the hard part because, and I feel like that's why I had a luxury in life because I never was surrounded by a lot of people. I never had too many people to make me think any other way. If I was around people, I still was able to be me. So like when you around motherfuckers, you become your vibe. Motherfuckers can speak in your ear. Motherfuckers can make you think less of who you are. But when you can sit in solitude and you can sit in silence, you get to see who you really are. So, I just want to get up here and say that, man. Just be who the fuck you is, man. Like, forget what anybody say. Forget what anybody think. Be who you is. Be you. You know what I'm saying? Fuck the views. Fuck the views. Fuck the comments. Fuck it. If you blowing up, you know what I'm saying? Be who you are. Put your content out. Put your music out. Put your videos out. Even if you don't put it out, still be you, man. Live your life. I just want to get up here and say that, man, before I go out, man. I know I ain't been on the net, so sometimes I just feel like I got to get to where I want to be in life. I want to be who I want to be, and I just need to go in isolation mode. So just want to come up here, man, give y'all that message. Of course, I'm going to post this shit on the what you call it. But as always, salute. What's your divine peace, love, and harmony? You don't know. Peace. Abraham, type in, man. You know what I'm saying? I need to get on that music too. You know what I mean? I got some shit in the vault. You know what I'm saying? I think you and I and Sav, like, the only real people that I can get, you know what I'm saying, respect to in the game, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all music got that timeless shit. Like, I can listen to y'all shit all day long. Like, but, man, keep doing what you're doing, bro. I appreciate you joining the live, and keep working, man, because it's only a matter of time before the world see you for you is, man. I be feeling your pain. I be feeling your struggle. I be feeling your strides for everything you doing, man. So, whatever you do, man, don't stop, man. You got that shit in you, and that shit in you, not on you. So, peace, brother. Salute. I'm got to head up, hop in the shower and shit. Hit me up, man.